I cannot be the only one who likes watching jealousy scenes in BL. The smoldering, fuming, raging jealousy is so hot to me for some reason. I think part of us loving watching jealous and possessive moments in BLs is because we are able to experience those intense, passionate emotions vicariously through the characters. It also makes us understand how deep the character's interest is in their partner. How deep is your love? Show me to me, Rachel. Show me what you can do with all your jealousy and possessiveness. So in this video, I'm going to be listing down 10 of my favorite jealousy scenes in BLs of 2024 so far. So keep watching. Karan's jealousy has always been subtle yet petty. I find it so hilarious that everyone apart from Archie was able to tell that Karan was being jealous, but innocent Archie was never able to pick it up. When Archie got sick and Karan spent the night at his home taking care of him, he felt so special, like he was sharing a secret with Archie that was completely their own. No other person in the world could intrude on their intimate moment. But Archie goes and spills the beans to Rock. The disappointment on Karan's face was so hilarious. Rock, being playful and tactless as he is, invited himself over to stay with them. Karan was furious and kept on giving him excuses to not let him stay over, but clueless Rock completely missed the annoyed glances Karan shot his way. That whole day, Karan was ignored by Archie because of Rock, and as if that was not enough, Karan saw Archie's friend Jinta embracing him too. That was the last straw for Karan, and he absolutely lost his mind after that. You know you are in big trouble when your adopted brother, who is unhealthily obsessed with you, says he will go crazy if you get married one day. And looking at how intimidating Wei Juan is, I would be terrified if I heard that. I mean, Wei Chen didn't even know that Wei Juan liked him, but he was still a little shook hearing that. I swear Xiao Yuan wanted to murder Lao Xiong when he introduced Wei Qian's fangirl and sponsor of the game to him. His heart literally sank at the thought of his beloved brother getting taken by this woman who was smitten with Wei Qian. I swear Xiao Yuan just spiraled out of control after this incident and ended up confessing to Wei Qian. This woman was actually the trigger for Wei Juan to finally let his feelings out and face Wei Qian's reaction. It had to happen someday, and I'm glad it happened when he was still young. Have you ever gotten so jealous, so freaking riled up over an assistant acting possessive over your former lover that you hastily buy an engagement ring and propose to her the same day to get back at your ex? I don't think anyone could be this insane to make a serious decision like that in the heat of the moment, but Miyata is. He's so freaking annoyed by the assistant's comment and the way he was acting like he claimed Iwanaga, or as if they are lovers, and Miyata was just his past, that he goes and proposes to his girlfriend hoping to marry her to get back at Iwanaga. Thankfully, his girlfriend realized that Miyata is still hung up on his ex of 10 years ago and breaks up with him. I swear they dated for 3 years, but Miyata still didn't feel an ounce of sadness when his girlfriend left him. All he could think of was Iwanaga and called him over immediately. If that isn't hilarious as fuck, then I don't know what is. Ever since he saw him doing that aerial performance looking breathtakingly graceful and confident, Kemtis has been unable to think of anything else. So he goes and confesses to Vela, and to his surprise, Vela has been crushing on him too. It's the way they can't be apart from each other even for a minute. For Kemtis, Vela is like a beautiful flower that only he is allowed to touch. But unfortunately, this flower is growing in a public park, and so Kemtis has to see Vela chat and flirt with customers all night. Even though Kemtis owns the host club, he is unwilling to let Vela interact with any customers. Did you notice even when he's angry at Vela for flirting with the customer and not setting a boundary, he still can't stop staring at his lips? It's like he wants him then and there to prove that only he is allowed to touch him, only he is allowed to taste him, no one else. It's funny how whenever Poom is jealous, he becomes reserved and angry. He's such a tsundere that even though it's never Peem's fault, he still has to go and make amends to Poom. That whole volunteer camp trip was such a wake-up call for Poom because he realized that if he's not swift in admitting his feelings for Peem and if he won't express his love quickly, then Cluen will steal him away. Peem is such a gentle person, always smiling and friendly with everyone, so even if he did not give any special treatment to Cluen, Cluen still feels for him and flirted with him. My man Poom was stressed as hell throughout this whole trip, so only Peem's gentle hugs and sweet kisses could reassure him. Me and this jealous bathroom kiss between Ming and Joe have a very special relationship. While I acknowledge how incredibly toxic this is, I can't help but fall in love with this scene. Joe is so in love with Ming that he refuses to go out with Saul on Christmas Day and even clearly gives him the reason why. So when Ming misunderstands the situation and drags him into the bathroom stalls, it already looks so wrong. Also, Ming here claims that he has no real feelings for Joe and they are just sleeping and living together, so his raging behavior here doesn't make sense at all. But this juxtaposition between what he says and what he does to Joe is the most attractive thing about this scene. Like, as a viewer, we can clearly see how incredibly deep Ming has already fallen for Joe. So much so that he cannot see Joe being hugged by someone else and wants to immediately claim him back by kissing him again and again. Rak and Masamud both being so jealous on the same day at the same time is still so hilarious to me. First, it was Rak's turn when Masamud's childhood friend Combe comes to the house. Combe is now married to Connor, who is Rak's friend. It was so sweet to see Rak's jealous side because it made him question his affections for Masamud. It was a new feeling because before this he was clear in his mind that he has bought Masamud as a bed partner and nothing more. But seeing him happily chatting away with Combe and being so close together made his blood boil in anger. He had to remove himself from the situation and introspect why he was feeling that way. And then later in the evening, Connor confessed to Masamud that he used to be in the same position as him before he came along. So Rak used Connor to stimulate his body and mind so he could write novels. This revelation triggered Masamud's jealousy and they ended up fighting that night. I swear the things that subtle jealousy does to me, nothing else can even touch that level of emotion. Before the summer vacation started, Taichi informed Kohei that he is starting a new job in the summer at a cafe he found by chance when he visited there. Kohei's ears perked up when he heard this and he wanted to know who Taichi went with. But Taichi didn't tell him that he went with Miho-chan, who wanted to get with Kohei just to fulfill her fantasies. Kohei later found out that he indeed went to the cafe with Miho-chan, not knowing the interaction Taichi and Miho-chan had there and how Taichi fought for Kohei and protected him. Kohei misunderstood that they went on a date and Taichi didn't want to tell him about it and he became super jealous and sad. This moment where he asks him point blank and receives dead silence in return, it hurt my heart so bad. Kohei is heartbroken and suffering, unable to express how much he loves Taichi. The love rivalry between Ryu and Atom is equal parts hilarious and equal parts frustrating because I want to remove Zen from the equation and make Ryu and Atom get with each other. Honestly, if you remove Zen, you will see how much chemistry there is between them. But anyway, the way Ryu is so possessive of Zen and kept messaging him to stay away from Atom was so funny. Also, both of them being petty towards each other and fighting like cats in front of Z was so funny, and even Grandma noticed it and couldn't help but smile at their silliness. It's crazy cause Xiaobao fell first, but soon after that night in the woods, Huayan can't help but fall deeper and deeper for Xiaobao. He wants to protect him from all the dangers of this world. He wants Xiaobao all to himself, but former womanizer Xiaobao will need some time to mend his ways. Although he loves Huayan so much, he still can't help look at beautiful women. This makes Huayan seethe with jealousy and he's quick to reprimand his naughty wife. How a celibate man like Huayan fell in love with a player like Xiaobao is all down to their fates, which is entangled together since they came into this world. Jin Xiaobao, from now on there can't even be thoughts about others. From now on, whether it's heaven or hell, you can only have me. I would be on the floor surrendering myself to Huan if he said that to me. So these were my top 10 jealous and possessive scenes of 2024 so far. Tell me your favorites in the comments below, and I'll see you soon with a new and interesting video. Bye lovelies!